Man, we finna be talking about why singles actually does take more skill than DP battles. Now, I'm gonna put a comment on the screen right quick so y'all can see why I'm even talking about this. My nigga Davidson said, "I love you, brother, but please explain to me in which universe you had to be more skilled for singles than for DP battles, right?" So shout out to him for leaving that comment. I love when people like, I like when people disagree with me in the comments, especially, if they respectful.
What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Christian here again with another video, this time with the cam because I gotta react to my boy Don Coolio here. He just came out with a video, singles takes more skill than DP battles. And I'm not gonna lie, I did come after DP battles last week, but at my core, I am a DP battle player. So I gotta see what he talking about because I ain't gonna lie, I seen Demon Joe, one of the most skilled singles players, go to a DP battle tournament and get absolutely worked by a player called Lupe. He got 2-0'd. It was gross, and it's on my channel if you want to go watch it.
First game, I picked the wrong characters, bro. So I didn't know if I could like back out or whatnot. So like when he killed my first two characters, I just ultimately stopped playing the game as yo.
But sadly, Demon Joe lost most of his health, and he has 5 skill points unused. But you're not using your resources appropriately. Right now, you've lost way too much damage with Super Boo for no reason. So I gotta see what he talking about singles takes more skill than DP battles, because in my opinion, it doesn't. But I gotta see what his points are. I gotta be fair. I gotta see what his points are, and I'll see if I agree with him or not.
But it was another comment that somebody left under this comment that I actually do want to read off because he had a lot of good points. All right, we got Afro Cuban 57. Shout out to him, man. Bro, it's not rocket science. In singles, it's one on one, and whoever is left standing is the clear winner. But in DP battles, niggas will pick characters like Videl and Hercule to fill health spots, and when their main character gets low, they just swap out and put in Videl/Hercule and then zone you out to stall time so the rest of the fighters can get health back. They also spam Videl rush supers because Videl doesn't do a step back before launching her super.
Now, I need to correct that right there. Videl's kick actually does require a step back. It's just really hard to vanish because of DP battle delay. And that's one thing I want to mention before we even get into the video, is that we're kind of judging DP battle unfairly because the netcode is so bad. If the netcode was so bad for singles, it'd be the same thing. People would be just spamming supers because you can't vanish them. DP battle as a game mode, in my opinion, takes more skill, but because of the netcode, it's ruining what DP battle is supposed to be. So really, you're not judging DP battles. You're judging the current state of DP battles with the faulty netcode and stuff like that. But if we were going to talk about DP battles as a game mode, in my opinion, DP battles is like chess and singles is like checkers. Like, you got to develop your characters. You got to take care of their health, make sure you're transforming safely, and all sorts of different skills that you got to develop before you can even get good at DP battles. That's why Demon Joe got absolutely worked by Lupe in his tournament. And again, it's on my channel if you want to watch it, if you want to see how much skill it actually takes to be good at DP battles. I got a video for you, so go to my channel and check it out. But let's continue the video.
Yeah, either that or niggas stall for time because they know if they have more characters / health, they will win. Everything he said in the video, it kind of doesn't, or in his comment, it kind of doesn't take skill. This was all under I'm not sure. I think it might have been an Al Woohoo video that I was reacting to, that Christian Seda made. He actually in this video, by the way. But nah, everything he said was kind of facts, bro. You go to DP battles, people just try to stall out for time, which doesn't take skill. People just swap out when they getting their ass beat, which doesn't take skill. People just sit here and spam supers when anytime you get near them, that's unblockable, damn near.
Now again, I just want to mention, because he did mention me by name, and he kind of claiming that I said DP battle doesn't take skill. That is not what I'm saying whatsoever. In my opinion, DP battle takes more skill than singles. In fact, if DP battle was actually playable and the netcode was good and all the vanishers were crispy and the super counters were crispy, I'd be playing that instead of singles. You probably wouldn't even see me in singles. But because the netcode is so bad, that's what ruins DP battles, really. The reason supers are so powerful in DP battle is because you can't vanish them. Because if the netcode was good, they would just be just like singles. You just vanish them and punish them accordingly. And another thing I want to mention about the hiding behind switch timers and low DP characters, you got to understand, Bandai didn't give enough time for the meta to evolve in DP battles. For example, when the game first started, we didn't know how to really use resets. We didn't know how to do damage properly. So we couldn't get enough damage to really melt those low DP characters. But in the current state of the game, if the netcode is good, and your offense is good, you can melt those 2 DP characters so fast. I have videos on my channel where I just start with Frieza, 6 DP character, and I just completely end the first character I see because they're usually low DP characters, right? So people are still stuck on the old meta because basically all the high skill players left DP battle because of the current state of the netcode. But if we had all the highest skill players playing DP battle right now and let the meta evolve as it should without changing the win condition and stuff like that, I'm sure the low DP characters would not be meta because the switch timer got nerfed. So, and people know how to do offense a lot better. So you could really melt through those characters. In fact, if you're a Z rank level singles player, I recommend you go to DP battle, you grab yourself like a 6 DP character as a lead, and then just use your skill from singles on DP battle, and you'll see you can really get rid of some characters really, really fast. It's just if the netcode allows it. That's the problem with DP battle. It's the netcode really. It's not right now. It's just not in a current state. It's not in a playable state. So it's not really fair to judge it in its current state because it's not what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Like I just said, bro, it's not about who's better on DP. And basically from what he's saying, it's about who can spam more, who can stall more, and who can switch out better. That's it. And in a sense, you could say the switch out mechanic is a skill in itself.
The one thing I want to mention about the switch timer is basically a risk reward scenario. Like you more than likely want to switch whenever you have it because you want to accrue it. It's almost like having skill points. Like, you know, when you have max skill points, you don't want to just sit there with max skill points. You kind of want to use them so that you can accrue more of them. The switch timer is the same thing. So really, you should always switch when available. It's just the risk reward scenario comes in when you have characters that have to develop and transform. And that's where the skill comes in DP battles is basically like certain characters that are high value, targets. For example, base superhero Gohan, he has to transform to max throughout the match without basically wasting his health. So the skill comes in where like you have to judge, okay, do I transform here and get locked into the fight? And now my superhero Gohan is at risk, or do I get him out, heal him, and come back later and transform later? So that's where the skill comes in. That's where it becomes kind of like a chess match between 2 skilled players. I feel like this video is kind of judging DP battles based on players who are just average players who play DP battle in its current state, which is not representative of like the actual skill it takes to be good at DP battles with high skilled players. The problem is like because of the netcode, all the high skilled players basically left DP battle to go play singles. It's similar to me. I mean, I don't feel like I'm really that good at the game, but I am, above average at least. I'm Z rank in both game modes. And I basically only play singles now because DP battle is just unplayable. But if it was playable, then I would be on DP battles and you would see more people like me play DP battles and it would just be a higher skill environment,
I'm going to say this is why singles takes more skill, at least for somebody like me. I used to go to singles and play low tiers every time, and everybody was just playing a meta character around that time, bro. Everybody was playing Gogeta Super Saiyan 4. Everybody was playing Full Power Jiren, MUI, Super Vegito. All these characters, bro, and playing cheesy at that. Legendary Super Saiyan Brolin, playing cheesy at that. It took way more skill for me to hit Z rank on the characters that I was playing than it took for me to hit Z rank on DP battles. And it's not to say that DP don't have his own meta. DP definitely has his own meta. Bro, it's just the fact that you can switch out and get your health back. You can switch out right when you finna die. And it's like, it takes away that factor of like, I just lost the character,
Okay, so it took more skill for you to get Z rank in singles because you were using low DP characters. That's just a self-stipulation, like a limit. You put yourself on a limiter to make it more skillful. But if we're gonna judge singles on what it was when DP battles was at its height, which was in the base game, singles was way less skillful than DP battles. Is not even close. Like you mentioned, the average player was just playing SS4 Gogeta and spamming Spark, and Kefla players were spamming Ki Blast into Spark. That takes absolutely no skill. And not only that, like basically you could pick any character in its highest transform state, so you don't even have to learn multiple characters. Whereas DP battle, you were forced to basically learn multiple characters. And not only that, sparking was not so strong in DP battles because of the switch mechanic. because when you got hit with the ultimate, you could switch right away and kind of heal that damage. So it kind of lessened the impact of the sparking cheese. So, which is why I only played DP battles. In fact, back then, singles was like my quick match. I would go to singles, pick whatever character I wanted, and just play around in singles because I just didn't treat it as a skillful mode because it was just a bunch of people just cheesing. Now, over time, singles got better and they gave no attention whatsoever to DP battle, which is why DP battle just declined. But if we're going to compare the height of DP battle with singles at the time, DP battle was way more skillful and it wasn't even close. That's why all tournaments were basically played in DP battles and none were played in singles, essentially.
And I hit Z rank. I hit Z rank, bro. Literally, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, at least on singles, it's not gonna be no time limit, Bell.
And this is the thing I want to mention too. You hit Z rank with a 3-character team, right? And that's what I'm saying about not letting the meta evolve. Like, as people get better with offense, maybe 3-man teams and 4-man teams would have became stronger because people would know how to do offense better. But because Bandai just switched the win mechanic so fast, they didn't let people get better at the game and really develop their offense. And at the time, it was like people just didn't know how to do enough damage to really like kill those low DP characters. But nowadays, if you're skilled at the game, there's no skilled players on DP battle right now because it's just unplayable. You could go and grab a 3-character team. In fact, I have a video on my channel, me just running through 3-character teams and just winning against DP battle Z ranks, because right now having a Z rank in DP battle is not real because none of the high skill players are playing it. You know what I mean? Like, if all the Z ranks just move to DP battle, we will see the meta completely shift and change according to the skill of the players in the pool. But because of the netcode, nobody wants to play it. The reality is, it's not even the switch mechanic and not even the fact that matches have to go to timeout. It's basically just like when you get on DP battle, you just cannot play it. You can't vanish. You can't super counter as well. Everything's delayed. And that is the real reason why DP battle is kind of like broken. It's the netcode, really,
Like, the person that wins in singles is not always the one that's actually better at the game. I'm not saying that. But for somebody like me who wasn't playing meta, and I was playing with like lower tier characters against meta and was still and hit Z rank against that, my skill at the game was gonna be higher than the people on DP battles. And the reason I say that is I went to DP battles, didn't even know how to play it properly. Like, I didn't even know how to do sub. I didn't even know about any of that stuff, bro. I used to watch people's teams with one character.
I will say this because I did notice when I switched to DP battles, from DP battles to singles, I got better way faster. But it's not because singles takes more skill. It's because you get to practice more repetitions. Because singles, because they're quick matches, you could get like 100 matches. You know what I mean? Whereas DP battle, you had to play a long time. So it's kind of like a long match. You don't get to practice as much. Singles, you just get to practice skills over and over, and the match will end, and then you just restart another match. In my opinion, if you started on singles and treated it like Don Julio did, which basically pick a low tier character, throw hands, you will get better at the game faster than just trying to go to DP battles and trying to win at DP battles. If you go to singles and just practice stuff. In fact, right now, if you're not good at the game, just go to quick play and just practice shit. Like, it don't matter if you win or lose. Just go and just practice stuff and you will get better at the game quickly because basically repetition. But yeah, bro, like right now, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if the netcode was good, you could grab a 3-man team and run through teams right now. Like, I've done it before, even though the netcode is kind of bad. Like, once in a while, you'll get a good match, and like you could run through a team with a 3-man team. And in my opinion, if we had a 3v3 mode or a 2v2 mode, that would be the best way to play Sparking Zero and the most balanced. Because the thing about singles is the same complaint that you always say is basically like people just pick unbalanced characters, like the best character. But in DP battle, you have to create a team. Even if you grab the best character, let's say a 10 DP character, now you only have a certain amount of points to build the rest of your team. And the other guy can, use transformations to make up that difference or whatever. Like, so there's more strategies involved in DP battle than singles, like way more. Whereas singles is just basically just pick a strong character and cheese still. It's like still. I mean, think about it. Super Vegito is meta right now because after image spam, it's the same as the base game, basically. Like, it hasn't gotten better. Singles doesn't take more skill. It's just a better experience because of lack of delay.
It took more skill to play DP battles than singles. I wouldn't be able to come straight from singles, not know any type of switch tech, not know any, bro. I wouldn't even use in tech, period, for real. Not know any of that stuff, and then come to DP battles and then destroy and proceed to destroy niggas' entire squad with one character, bro.
It's not that singles takes more skill. It's what I said earlier. It's basically you just get more repetition playing singles. You get more practice. DP battle has a lot of stuff going on other than just the mechanical skill. So you don't build the practice in the mechanical skill. What you're talking about is singles is just about mechanical skill. That's what you're talking about. But DP battle is about mechanical skill and planning and strategizing. Basically, it's like chess, in my opinion, compared to checkers in singles, right? But singles will get you better faster because you're just focusing on the one thing. You know, it's like Lee from Naruto. You know, he just focused on taijutsu. You know, that's all he focused on. So he was really good at that, but he wasn't good at, you know, all the other stuff. Is the same with singles. Basically, you're just focusing on that one thing, the mechanical skill. That's it. You're not focusing on like managing your characters, managing your health, you know, using your skills appropriately based on the situation, stuff like that. But you know, if you have the mechanical skill and you take it to DP, then it becomes a whole nother game, right? And we never saw that happen because the game DP battle got ruined before it got to that point, which is why I even play singles, you know, for example.
And they don't have all these different bailouts that they can do. You know, they can't sub in another character to get their health back. They can't try to time me out and wait for the timeout so they can win, do the timeout. They can't do that. You feel me? It's only one win condition, and nigga, it's my hands versus yours, niggas. You feel me? Or I guess your cheese versus my hands on singles. And even then, if I still beat you and you cheesing, nigga, I'm more skilled than you. And it's not to say that people can't come from DP battles and go to singles and watch them niggas. I'm not saying that, bro. Like,
when I switched from DP battles to singles, I got to Z rank pretty fast. So I was already like, and I got to Z rank on a 7 DP character. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't using an OP character. I wasn't cheesing. In fact, my character didn't even have a sparking mode. Like it didn't have an auto spark, you know, or even flying kicks in the front. So I took my skill from DP battle and went to singles and did the same thing that you did, vice versa. It's just, but in my opinion, I did get better once I went to singles. Like I got even better because I just got more repetition, more mechanical skill, and I added, you know, my DP battle skill because on top of that, and it got me to Z rank, you know. And then another thing that DP battle does that singles doesn't is like it trained you to like appreciate the skills that your character has. I feel like singles, like a lot of people just pick the max transform state and just like do auto spark, especially back then. But you know, me, because I had to basically transform from Super Buu to Buu Tanks to Buhan or whatever, I gained an appreciation for the transformations and the skills that the character has. So I learned my character fully. Like singles just teaches you to pick the strongest character. It doesn't teach you to like learn multiple characters, which is why I feel like that is a skill in itself. Being able to use multiple characters and their transform states. In fact, right now you're playing Daima Goku, like the whole transform into after image thing. Like people were not doing that back then. I was doing that back then because I got that skill from DP battle. You know what I mean? Like I learned how to do that from DP battle and I brought it to singles, which is why I was able to get my Z rank with Buu Tanks, which most people didn't even use back then. So, or now.
too, the nigga quit on me. I'm just like, bro, what are we doing? It was quick match too. It wasn't ranked. Bro, I ain't gonna, like I said, I have not played a ranked match on DP battles since I hit Z rank, and I never will again. I will never play another DP battle ranked match ever in my life, bro. It's over with.
That's the thing, like you're judging DP battles based on its current state, and bro, you can't do that. Like DP battle is not a playable mode. Like no one is playing DP battles, including people who like DP battles. Like even Al Wu, who made his whole YouTube career based off DP battles, is not playing DP battles, you know, because it's just unplayable right now. But you know, if more skilled players were in DP battle, you would not be running into shit like that. You know, it'd be more like, you know, ranked singles. There'd be more skilled players in that mode. But it's just right now, it's just dead, bro. Like no one's playing it. Even people who want to play it can't play it. Like it's bad right now.
Superhero Gohan, they can transform the beast, all this extra crazy. I'm not trying to do that, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not trying.
But that's the thing. Superhero Gohan, this is why DP battle takes skill. Like you want to play Superhero Gohan? Oh, that's cool. I mean, Look at the video I got on my channel of Demon Joe trying to play superhero Gohan. It didn't go well for him because basically you have to basically protect that character while he's trying to transform to Beast Gohan. And it's a skill in itself because obviously during DP battle, people are going to be aggressive trying to hunt you down. And when people even touch superhero Gohan, you melt that character. In fact, I might put a clip down right here of me just melting a superhero Gohan. Now, so far, I don't know what his main character is, but he finally brings him out. It's Super Gohan 4DP. And I take this opportunity to go Golden Frieza so I could push this advantage because right now I'm an 8 DP character and he's only a 4 DP character, and I need to shred through this Gohan unless I want to deal with a fully healthy Beast Gohan, which I really don't. But here I vanish behind, and look as his health just disappeared. Golden Frieza is a freaking problem. Right now I put a lot of damage on Super Gohan, which is great. And I waste his skill points, which is even more amazing because that's going to delay his transformation even further. And that's the skill. That's where the skill comes in. It's like certain characters need to be developed, and then you have bridge characters that are just strong in themselves to really like hold you together while you get those characters up to speed, you know, and that's where the skill comes in. But in my opinion, there should be more modes. Of course, there should be a 3v3 mode. In a 3v3 mode, you playing strong characters 7 and above. You can even, you could put a 7-5, you could put a Hit and a Goku together and stuff like that. Then you don't really have to worry about transforming as much, and then it becomes more like singles. That's why I really want like a 3v3 mode. Also, in a 3v3 mode, hopefully the netcode will hold up a lot better because you're not holding together, 5 characters and 5 characters. That's what makes the game lag so much. But in a 3v3 mode, it might be a little bit better,
Gang. I ain't gonna lie. First day on, I knew that shit was worse than singles. I knew it was worse. First day on, I knew it was worse. Telling y'all, bro. Telling y'all that shit was terrible, bro. And not terrible. Like I said, it's not terrible because it's harder than singles. It's terrible because of how people was playing on there, bro. Like I said, it's less skilled people on there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I actually agree with that. There's just like, it's just the one skill. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay, it's kind of like MMA versus boxing. I just realized that. It's kind of like MMA versus boxing. You know how in boxing, you just got to be good with your hands. But in MMA, you got to have wrestling, BJJ, you got to have Muay Thai skills, kicking skills, and hands. That's what it is. That's why, okay, so like if you just limit the game down to just singles, then that's a skill in itself. But if you go to DP battles like MMA. You got to be good at switching your character, managing your health, transforming safely. You got to learn multiple characters, and you got to have mechanical skill. But maybe your mechanical skill ain't going to be up to snuff compared to the singles player because that's just what they specialize in. You know what I mean? But if you were to take a DP battle player, put him in singles for a while and bring him back, his mechanical speed, his mechanical skill, you're going to be on the same level as that singles player after a while, you know what I mean? And then, of course, they're going to run through DP battles because now they have everything together, So that's what it is. I found the perfect analogy. So singles is like boxing. It's just simple, just hands. Whereas DP battles is like MMA. You got to have a plethora of skills to be good at DP battles. That's the analogy right there.
In my opinion, it just take more skill. It just take more skill to play singles. Like I said, y'all let me know down in the comment section below.
Now, I ain't gonna lie though. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I seen Demon Joe get worked by Lupe, and Lupe was taking it easy on him, in my opinion. He just destroyed Demon Joe with just Android 16, basically. Okay. So you can't say DP battles don't have mechanical skill, especially right now, because it's been months since the game came out. So they've developed a lot since. I gotta see that rematch. I gotta see Demon Joe go up against Lupe again and see if he improved because at the time Demon Joe got worked. Hey, that's what people are saying. That's not. I don't know who said it. I know someone said it. I don't know who it was, but they said that Demon Joe got worked in that tournament. That's all I heard. I'm just reporting the news. But so I got to see that rematch between Demon Joe and Lupe. And Demon Joe made excuses after he lost. And he got mad at me in my video. So, Hey, Demon Joe, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't want to insult you. Don't beat me up, please. Don't beat me up.
Skill, just even if it's just a little bit, it take.
All right, yo. Well, I think that's the end of the video, the end of the discussion. Now, does DP battle take more skill than singles? Or does single take more skill than DP battles? In my opinion, DP battle takes more skill, but it just takes a more variety of skills compared to the singles. Singles is just about mechanical skill and basically just momentum based gameplay, using your skills to get an advantage. Whereas DP battles, you got to manage your character, manage your health, know multiple characters, know how to transform safely, all of that. So it's basically like boxing versus MMA, in my opinion. Now, judging the current state of DP battles and judging DP battles as a whole, based on the current state, in my opinion, it is not fair because it's not a playable game mode right now. The netcode is just too bad to play DP battles. The experience is just too bad, which means no high school player is going to go to play DP battles, even if they want to, including myself. But let me know if you agree with me or you agree with Don Coolio in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.